answered destiny's call. Packed my stuff and left for Skyrim, but ended up in Helgen with my neck resting in a guillotine. The end of me, it would seem, but then again, who could ever foresee? I take an arrow to the knee. I took 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 an arrow to the knee. Long ago I was enrolled in the College of Winterhold, paying my own way with the gold I earned working in the Thieves Guild, but I never ended up with a degree. I had to drop out of school early. My life changed oh so suddenly when I took an arrow to the knee. 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 I chase spiders to spider.
Well. Welcome back to fan mail. I'm just gonna leave you two to do this. So go ahead. Why? Well, let me tell. I can tell the story. I can try. Here's the thing. Is that me being like cropped because I was? I don't know if he's now off center because of me. Do you know what I mean? Okay. No, I have to say I've missed you guys and this insane. Why would you? I mean, you look like you've just set up a kill room. To be honest, it's yeah, I guess that's true.
In your apartment?
It's freezing over here.
Do you have heat?
The ocean. No, I have a gas heater and I
Disassembled it.
Essentially, yeah, I turned the gas off because I just don't like the idea of like natural gas in the apartment. So I never use it. Yeah, and I don't have a heater.
Yeah, I don't have a heater either.
I mean, when I was like up and like cooking breakfast and stuff, I was not wearing all this warm stuff, but I was like, I'm gonna sit down and not do anything. I'm gonna be freezing.
Yeah. Not only do I not have a heater, but there's like holes in my walls, so that with the windstorms that have been happening, it just like really fucking chills this place out in an unhealthy way.
Oh yeah. So right now, I don't know if if I can give this to you guys, it's freezing. It's 56 degrees.
56 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's crazy. That's 13C for
it's the dead of winter.
you hippies.
13
Too
degrees
cold.
Celsius. It's -2
Yeah.
degrees Celsius here. What's wrong with you, man?
What?
That's illegal, I think.
Oh, well, I mean, it's not -2 indoors necessarily, but that's the temperature outside.
Well, the temperature outside is the temperature inside out here.
Well, I guess that's true, but yeah, okay.
My bed's pushed up against the wall.
I like this
and I
hoodie. My
have-
girlfriend got it for
Oh,
me.
You look
for
really cute like that. That haircut?
for
Your girlfriend got the haircut for you?
no, the haircut I did by myself was on that trail, baby.
Nice.
There's like a weird little but it makes me feel like a London rapper. They wear these little things, the ones that zip up all the way, and then they have the little hood. Then they're like tea and crumpet. No one can sump it. They don't rap well.
You mean a hoodie?
No, but it's a specific kind of like tech hoodie. It's not like a regular like when you say hoodie in America, you're thinking of like a cotton standard hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a feels like all polyester, like it feels like neoprene on the outside but soft on the inside.
Ooh.
Sorry about it.
All right, so I apologize. Danny, you
Danny.
were about to tell the story of how it sounds like part of an action movie of sorts. So what happened?
Well, my story in particular, basically I fell off a ladder.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I fell off a ladder and I broke some ribs. So that's fine.
How many ribs?
I don't actually know because it's
because they don't want to.
They don't X-ray you. They don't want to X-ray you because it's a waste of time.
So
right?
it could just be a rib. This could all be exaggerated.
I mean, it could. I mean, I don't know. It fucking hurts, man. Whether it's one or
No, I know it's horrific.
What I don't understand is you fell off a ladder doing Christmas lights. Chevy Chase fell off ladders. Nothing happened. Homer Simpson falls off ladders. Nothing. What's going on with you?
This is why I don't think it's cold. He says it's -2. That means freezing. It's probably snowing because it's always wet there. So he probably fell into a soft bed of snow and some little birds.
Here's what happened. I fell off the ladder and then into a small fern tree, which I crushed and is now gone. And then just landed square on my ribs on my left hand side. Now, one, I wasn't expecting to fall off the ladder, and two, a man of my stature who is not trained in the art of professional wrestling shouldn't be taking ladder bumps, especially in my condition. You know, Jeff Hardy, I am not. So it's yeah. I don't know what to tell you, but I felt and so I'm not in the best, I'm struggling to breathe, I'm struggling to talk, and I'm in a lot of pain, and I'm on opium. So that's it's the good stuff. So it's not
that since high school.
Weirdly enough, this isn't the first time I've done fan mail while high on opium, but I think that
Me either.
I think the last time was when
I don't think they give opium to you out here in the States. Do they?
Opium?
Yeah.
Yeah, James, we have an opium crisis because they've prescribed it to so many people.
So
Where
it's
have
not
you
like,
been?
I mean, I don't know. I've only smoked opium. I didn't know you could just take it. I haven't gotten anything.
What do you think oxycodone is?
That's opium?
Yeah, they're all opiates.
Opiates.
Vicodin, oxycodone. Yeah, it's all the same.
Well, two things. First of all, Danny's lucky at that temperature he didn't die like Wesley Snipes in Demolition Man, because he could have just outright shattered. And secondly, I am so sorry.
Can you imagine us thawing Danny out of just buck naked and he's coming out and you see the like ripped ribs and the huge quads.
Huge quads.
So
The other thing is I'm really sorry about all the protests and EPA people out there for you killing that fern. They are pissed that you killed that tree.
I like that tree as well. It's been a bad start to the year, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm only taking codeine at the moment, which is
That's smart. Don't take
not,
anything
it's
that
not too strong.
I don't know if it's the same out there, but out here they are constantly trying to push people to take fentanyl for their pain relief. Oh, absolutely. My mom
What do you
had
think?
surgery.
What do you think fentanyl is for?
Oh no,
Or
I know
it's an
what
opiate.
fentanyl
Okay.
is, but like my mom basically was like, I will not take fentanyl. She had surgery and they just kept trying to get her to take it. And two surgeries ago, they gave it to her and she asked them not to give her fentanyl. Probably because my mom's paranoid about getting addicted to it and this and that because of all the things you hear. But they gave it to her when she said she did not want it. So this time she had it like all set and she told the doctors she refused. She would take no painkillers. She didn't want fentanyl. But they just try to push that on people out here.
That's crazy because they just have it.
I guess. I don't know. I think it's like the number one painkiller they use in surgeries and stuff.
That's wild. I have to be like hurting to even like take an ibuprofen, and then I have to be like, really, really bad to take anything past that.
Yeah, I if I'm not having a good time, I'm not taking the drugs. Like, I don't want to.
James,
I'm not taking anything.
James,
I'm not taking anything.
James,
that ain't gonna give me a good time.
James, let's have an honesty check real quick with yourself.
I don't take like in rare occasions I'll take ibuprofen and Advil and stuff like that. I would never take painkillers. I haven't done it since I was in college.
So can you think of any other like painkillers or self medication that you might already be taking?
Oh, those are for a good time. I told you, if it's not a good time, I'm not gonna do it.
If your ribs felt like mine do right now, you'd be taking the painkillers.
Yeah.
Oh, I would take some painkillers, but I wouldn't take Oxy. I would never trust myself with Oxycontin or oxycodone for that matter.
I don't know.
Trust you with either.
I would lose my life to that. I have too addictive of a personality.
It's like super Vicodin, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to say and Danny, my guess is you have way better willpower than me. To quit smoking cigarettes, it took every last bit of my soul and spirit and physical power, and I will never smoke again because I know I could not quit a second time.
You know what's wild? When I quit smoking the first time,
you were a smoker too.
You were a smoker.
Yeah. I was a smoker for many years. When I quit,
didn't picture it.
No, yeah.
English.
I was a dark horse many years ago. When I used to smoke, the first time I quit, it wasn't terrible. I didn't find it terribly difficult, but I used
any smoking.
But it is funny. I'm trying not to laugh. When I sort of transitioned onto vapes, right, and that kind of helped, and then I found that I was vaping like literally like more than I was smoking, just because it never runs out essentially. So you just kind of vape all day. And then
the problem with vape is that it's so goddamn good.
It tastes so much better than cigarettes.
But then, but that got me off cigarettes, and then I found it easier to quit vaping, so I just kind of quit. And then the second time and then the second time I quit smoking for whatever reason, I just did it, and I just didn't even have a problem with it. I just somehow managed to quit. I mean, I find things like quitting smoking easier in a weird way because it's not something you need. The thing that's really hard is like trying to eat a healthy diet, man. Like trying to quit bad food, junk food is harder than quitting smoking, if you ask me. Because you need to eat. So like you can't just cut that addiction out of your life completely, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
But as for the codeine, I
personally have no problems with food.
No, I mean, it depends whether you consider it a problem, right? I don't, but oh, fucking hell,
0.
But yeah, I only have so much codeine, and you can only take it for so long. So like, That's the problem, really, because the pain's actually getting worse. But like I'm really like I've been taking it for 4 days, so I can only really take it for another day or two, and then I kind of have to stop because I don't really want to get addicted to it. So that's fun.
Nice. What's up with your local Domino's? I can't imagine why you'd be laughing at such a fine establishment. I just had a tough week.
I had a Domino's at Christmas, and they were doing a Christmas dinner.
Did they give a Christmas dinner pizza?
Mm-hmm. So it's like turkey and cranberry sauce.
Did it send you to the hospital? It sent Ice to the hospital.
It was nice. I enjoyed. You got sick. How did you get sick?
From the Domino's.
Sure, but what about it in particular made him sick?
I don't know. Food poisoning. I'm guessing.
Came from Domino's.
Well, yeah, I guess it was.
I mean, we haven't even gotten to the fan mail, and I'm so sorry, but I got the worst food poisoning I have had since high school over Christmas vacation. But it was the craziest because it's only happened to me like this. It's never happened to me like this. And I'm so sorry, earmuffs, Morgan. But one of the things I like to eat in Chicago is an Italian beef sandwich. I know. You should. I told you earmuffs.
Wait.
It's something that I do every time I go to Chicago.
How do you know that the cows are Italian?
It's all the different like peppers and stuff that are put on afterwards.
No. If it's an Italian beef sandwich, you're saying that the beef itself is Italian. How do you know that the cows are Italian?
My guess is they're I have no idea what kind of cows they are, but it's in one of those buns, and then but I usually go to Portillo's.
You don't even know what it is.
I don't even know what it is. But this time I ran out of time. It was my second to last day in town. I was leaving the next day and I said, I gotta get my Italian beef sandwich. So I went to this place that I usually don't
sounds
go.
more Chicago already.
Gotta get an Italian beef sandwich. So I went to this place that I don't usually go to because they are raging like Trump supporters, and not that like it's just like, you know, Blue Lives Matter, all this stuff, and they're welcome to have that. I just usually don't feel that comfortable there, but I made an exception. I went to this place and I ate half of the sandwich. I was with my sister and I was like, oh, this doesn't taste very good. I said, it's dry, but it doesn't taste good. So I didn't finish it. And I never don't finish anything. Even if I don't like it, I usually finish it. Within an hour, I had puked my brains out. And I can only imagine it was that. But usually food poisoning takes a while. But this time I got so sick and I was then fine. Like 2 hours later after I puked, I was fine.
So you went to a restaurant where you know that the people that run the restaurant despise government regulation and ate the food that is probably not as regulated as it should be.
Yeah, I believe it was. I don't know if it was authentic Italian beef, honestly.
You should watch there's some good vegan propaganda on Netflix right now. What's it called? Something like the twin study, and they take two twins and they feed them one a vegan diet, one an omnivore diet, both healthy, like within guidelines to be healthy, and then they just mark all of their medical things.
Yeah. Well, at least they put it both within like reason. It's like if they gave one person only Wendy's their whole life.
No, yeah.
Well,
they have an interesting stat in there where like 96% of beef in the U.S. is from a factory farm.
Mm-hmm.
So when people start talking about, my uncle has a thing or whatever, you're like, cool, you're in the 4%, but the other 96% of people are doing the nasty.
Doing the nasty,
which you did.
Yeah,
and
I
you
felt
just
like
got
I
what you
did the
deserve.
nasty, and I got down on my knees and prayed to the porcelain gods in a way that I haven't done in a while. Wow, that was exciting to talk about out loud. Should we get into fan mail, or is there any announcements?
I don't think there's any announcements as such, except to say, apologies really for the lack of content over the last month, I suppose.
We can blame James, right?
Oh, it's 99% my fault.
96% of all factory farming comes from James.
Yeah.
Ow. Please stop making me laugh. This is the wrong show if I don't want to laugh. Really, but,
Yeah. Sorry, let's keep it serious, guys.
no. It's no, that was it. Really, I mean, it wasn't planned.
I have
or
been
not planned.
streaming regularly.
Yeah, that's
so if
true.
you're into that, 8 to 10 Pacific Standard Time or whatever time we're in, I have been streaming. We're almost done with Remnant 2. I just have to.
Did you like it better without me?
Remnant 2 was really fun. I would play Remnant again with you.
Why did we stop? We just didn't.
Well,
We played Remnant 1 and it wasn't as fun.
I played. Me and Zach played through it on the Twitch.
Yeah, but you guys
channel.
didn't finish it.
We very nearly. We just didn't do the final boss.
Yeah, you didn't finish it.
Have you done the final boss?
No, that's what I'm working on now.
Oh well, good luck with that. Listen,
Close.
we might need your help on the final boss.
Oh yeah, when I get beefed up, I'll come help you guys out.
Wait,
keep
is
all
it
my
a
stuff?
4-player game? I thought it was 2 players.
It's up to 4, I think, isn't it?
Oh. Well, we'll never get all 4 of us in the same room at the same time.
Do you mind
yeah.
if I'm like super low level, like level 1, and just join in and get the glory of a boss battle?
You just come in for the last fight? That would be sad.
Yeah, but anyway,
I don't think you would last because there's a bunch of AoE attacks.
I do want to get Zach and me. I do want to finish the final boss because it feels silly that we basically finished the game and didn't do the final boss.
Yeah, the game is not long.
Well, no, it's not long, but you can kind of replay it, right? Because it's kind of randomly generated to some degree.
Yeah,
like the levels and stuff. So
I never beat Wolfenstein, the reboot that came out in like 2016 or whatever. I made it to the last boss and I just never was able to beat it. I tried for probably like 2 hours and couldn't do it and just never.
Is that the Wolfenstein that I played and beat?
I don't know. It's not. It's the one before they had the co-op one that came out. It was a great game. I could not beat the final boss, and I guess I can wait until it comes into the videos. But it seems like I haven't made it to the final boss, but I might not be able to beat Armored Core 6. But we'll talk about it when we get there. We'll talk about it when we get there.
There's a lot of stuff that's expiring.
yeah,
James, your God of War video from November 9th, 2023 is going to expire in 1 day.
What does that mean?
God of War.
Expire.
I think it just means that it's not available to the public anymore.
What?
On Twitch.
Oh, on Twitch.
Yeah, take it easy.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wait, what the hell? Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Night 3 with James and Morgan. November 13th, 2014.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like fun.
I don't even remember playing that game.
That's literally 10 years ago this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not to make you
I
feel
doubt
old.
we've aged at all.
I'm probably
No.
My biological clock is probably better than it was then.
I don't know. I see sometimes I come across these old videos of you and Mitch and Zach in the office, and you look like little babies,
Young boys.
Well,
young
in all
boys.
fairness, it's just that we have better cameras that show better resolution, which that's what's changed, not my face.
It's not your face at all.
It's
Sure,
not my
man.
face at all.
Sure, man. Sure. But yeah. Anyway, my point is simply we're gonna get back to it as best as we can. But like, yeah, it's just been a combination of being busy, going to see family, falling off ladders and breaking ribs. Like, we'll get back to it though.
Or just like continuously generating content on a daily basis. So we're all doing our own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we did have some streams going. I did a few. I did a few. I did a few streams over Christmas too, which were fun.
Yeah, much more popular than my streams.
I don't know about that. The PlayStation demo disc streams were always popular though, so I do enjoy doing those. Sweet. Should we do some comments?
Let's get to it. Do we have to do the intro?
No, we don't do that anymore. Save some time.
Was it because
there.
Morgan and I kept ruining it?
Pretty much. We just do a nice swoosh. We could do the adventure bits intro if you like.
no, it's
that
okay.
feels gross.
Oh, it's too late.
Unless we're gonna rename
talking
everything.
talking over the intro.
You told us there was no intro.
Talking over the Adventure Biz intro.
Oh, which we said not to do, so I didn't know it was gonna happen.
Sorry.
All right.
Says the man who was literally begging me to put the Adventure Bits music as the fucking...
I just said I had a song that we could use. That's all I know.
All right, so we're gonna go to the. Are we ready for it?
This is it.
First comment from @GameFront. Hello, do you like my super zoomed in Patreon credits? I knew you'd love it too. Thanks.
So what I did is when I made this video pretty quickly after the trailer dropped, and I don't know, it just seemed like an idea or something to do, so I just kind of went through it and pointed out thoughts and bits, and I don't know if you watched it or not, but
I did. I was wondering because I just on so many other places I saw them just playing the trailer straight up. I was wondering why you went with just pictures.
Because in the past when remember when we used to do hot off the press start and things like that, and whenever I'd use because what we'd do in that is James would speak to camera and then we'd have like a little screen behind him with like footage on it, and whenever you'd use footage from a Rockstar trailer, they would without fail copyright the video. So Rockstar don't like you using footage from trailers in videos. I mean, you can do it, but then you wouldn't be able to monetize it, right? And I don't know.
Yeah,
so,
but we're not. I
don't know. So I mean, I kind of wanted to, if it was going to do well, I wanted to keep the money for myself, I guess. But rather than give it to, listen, I need it more than Rockstar right now, frankly. And
I'm gonna see how much money this video made.
Probably not a lot. It probably wasn't worth it.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm just gonna go in.
The thing is it's potential. Like if you do it the other way, then it has no potential. If you do it this way, it has a potential to generate something, which is better than nothing. I mean, infinitely better than zero. But I have that happen to me all the time because the outro is in 4K, and if I'm not shooting in 4K, if I'm not recording in 4K, and I forget to like change the thing, then it's set up wrong. But makes sense. So we're gonna go into CJ Boss 81 at 1 minute and 16 seconds. That would be a clever way to restrict movement early in the game. You're the only one I've heard to mention that. I do hope the high density of NPCs isn't just for cutscenes. That would be disappointing. And Tyler Pearson afterwards replies that Rockstar is known for making their trailers look better than the final product, particularly with the lighting and NPC vehicle density. A lot of high-budget developers are guilty of this. Yeah, lots, tons. So what was I actually looked at this when you first put it up, but it's been a while and I don't remember. What was the idea you had for restricting the movement early in the game?
Well, when you look at the trailer and when you look at the key art especially, I forget her name now, is it Lucia? She's got like an ankle bracelet on. She's got like, like the kind of thing that they put on prisoners.
Oh my god! Yes, I remember now.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was I think it's one of two things. I think it's either that, right? So like she gets released out of prison at the beginning of the game, and maybe the ankle bracelet is literally like she can only go certain places or at certain times. So maybe that's
really cool.
Yeah. So I'm thinking it's either a way for her to restrict where she can go on the map until she gets it taken off. That might be one idea. I've had some others since.
I think that's really smart because you could technically, what they could do is like, if you leave the area, they could just have you have 5 stars and the cops know where you are.
Yeah, it's like San Andreas. So like if you tried to go to the other islands too early, you'd get like a 6-star wanted level immediately. Like
exactly.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, I hope that is what they do. That would be really clever. And that's pretty smart.
I think
deductive reasoning.
I think either that or maybe she'll have like a curfew or something. Yeah. Which then might force you to then switch to the other character or something. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. It's just an interesting detail, and I'm sure there's very few details that they put in these trailers that are by mistake, if that makes sense. So there will probably be more meaning to it than meets the eye.
And then this next comment, and I don't know how far or deep we want to get into it, but Dark Page says, "Oh, Gamefront, I want nothing but the best for you," and your reply was, "Oh." I think
Moving
that there
on.
is a wide variety of understanding of that comment, but I think legitimately Dark Page wants nothing but the best for us, and I appreciate it.
Yes, but
And then
is that because it was a good video or because it was a bad video?
I think it's a good video. I think that it's a great video.
True, but I mean, does Dark Page think it's a good video or a bad video?
Is Dark Page here?
No.
No, is Dark Page here?
Yeah. He always.
Longsword 7. I've never played any GTA games. I was hoping you'd be able to make your own character. This person has never played a Grand Theft Auto game. The online, you'll be able to make your own character, obviously. But for the
single player
regular
campaign,
game,
if you will.
Yeah.
I've been giving this a lot of thought recently. Because Rockstar have kind of moved away from being a role-playing game almost. Not that they ever were. They were always kind of like just action adventure games, but like GTA 3, when that character didn't even speak, right? Like you could have made your own character for that game if you wanted to.
Yeah. But that was back in GTA 3. That was before there was the ability to have so much voiceover dialogue.
Exactly. And the other thing that I've noticed about Grand Theft Auto games is like when you had like those three games like GTA 3 and Vice City and San Andreas, they were kind of built differently in that you started a mission and then the mission had various like ways you could fail it and they had ways that you could complete it, but like you just had to meet the condition, right? So like you either hit a fail state or you hit a success state, but you could go about completing the mission in any way you wanted. Like there's like if you look at speedruns, like people do what they complete missions without the way it was necessarily intended, right? Whereas in the newer ones like 4 and especially 5, it's a lot more on rails. Like it's the game kind of like very much steers you in a direction.
The big difference is I mean I totally agree that is true, but Grand Theft Auto 4's storytelling ability, because it was on rails, was way better than San Andreas, which was pretty good. Like San Andreas, I think, was when they started like toying around. I know David Cross was in San Andreas. Was Samuel L. Jackson in San Andreas also?
He was, yeah. He was.
Yeah, they had like that was the first time they had like some stars and like storytelling, and it was fun. And I cared more about the characters and watching the story because up till then, like Vice City and GTA 3, the majority of what I'd do was put in a cheat code and just kill people in the city. And I never really beat the games, and it would ruin the game for you because it was so cool to be able to go anywhere and shoot rockets at old ladies, but it ruined the game.
Specific.
Oh, I mean, I remember sitting with friends and we would just snipe out grandmas with like carts, and it was just fun. But it was like once San Andreas came out, that was the first time where I was like, oh, I want to play this game so I can see these characters from people, because I was a big fan of David Cross already from Mr. Show. But then when Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, it wasn't just funny; it was a really good story. One of my favorite video game storylines up to that point. And then 5 blows 4 away.
But I think that's...
Which one was in Liberty City? Is that 2 or 3?
3 was, and 4 was.
Yeah.
I don't know which one I played. But online beats it all. The stories kind of suck and they take too long to do.
Yeah.
Take that back.
But yeah.
I'll never do it.
I guess my point was, which is what James was saying too, is that the story is now so... It's just a Hollywood movie. Like, you imagine you can't you can't create your own character because the character is just so fundamentally baked into the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's something that Cyberpunk did really well with V. Like, I mean, it's V, but
that's a hybrid though, because you're still V.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be not V. Although, yeah, you can customize the appearance and stuff. I guess having a customized
and like the voice, like you can choose your dialogue, but it always ends up kind of the same, I guess.
Well, you can do that in 5. You can change your appearance
Yeah.
to some degree. You can change your haircut, your beard, your clothes. Like, you can't quite change the face and stuff like you can in Cyberpunk, but you can
Yeah.
actually do that. But yeah, you
I mean,
can't.
people are going to lose their mind that the character is female. I mean, they already are. One of the 2 characters, which is sad. Get over it.
I just don't understand what the. I don't
I don't
understand
even know
what
why.
the problem
Yeah,
is.
like even when I have the choice, I almost never choose a male character. I don't have the same kinds of like insecurities that James carries around, so he has to play the most masculine character he can pick.
Well, that's what I really liked about Cyberpunk is I could have the biggest dog in town.
But
Not
when
just
it,
masculine, but
Awesome,
something
coming
that,
through.
like,
when has it ever been a problem before as well though? It's like you're playing a character in a game and just enjoying the story. Like, have you ever played a Tomb Raider game and thought, oh, I really hate this because the main character is not male, or Perfect
I won't even
Dark,
pick it up.
or
I won't even pick
like
it up.
I played
Yeah,
it.
I've
Like,
never played
how many
one.
games have just like, no, but this is the people acting like it's the first ever female protagonist in a video game, and it's
So
just like,
can I ask you
Yeah.
a question? Samus, is that Samus? What Metroid?
Yeah.
Like, when do they reveal that she's a woman? Is it at the end of the
a
first
witch.
game?
She's a witch.
What floats like a witch? Wood and wood. I'm sorry, I just watched that a couple days ago. But like, when do you find out?
It was after maybe 2, right? It wasn't in the NES version. Oh, when you die in the NES version. Is that true, Ace? Hey, what's up, Elmono Mike?
But in the 80s, did people lose their shit and be like, "Oh, it's a female character. I'm not playing anymore."
No, they
Like,
thought it
'cause
was
nobody
sick
even
because
mentioned it. They thought it was sick.
different. Yeah. And you like Streets of Rage and stuff, like the later ones, you always had the option to play as like the girlfriend after they saved her in Double Dragon or whatever.
people don't know what they're talking about anymore. Frankly, people are just say bizarre shit. Someone was saying to me in the Discord server the other day that someone went onto Fox News or some other right-wing news outlet and started going on about how they hate Star Wars because it's now too woke and feminist.
Yeah.
And so that's
Well,
why
have
they
you seen
prefer
it?
but that's why
There's a woman in it.
But here's the kicker. This person was literally then did like the Vulcan salute but backwards and said and that's why they prefer to watch Star Trek.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry.
What's the
but-
Vulcan? Oh, they
No,
just
but-
didn't know the Vulcan salute.
I was
they were
like,
West Siding it instead of
oh my ribs.
instead of living long and prospering.
But my point was, is this right wing nut job was literally on TV saying that they would watch Star Wars, Star Trek instead of Star Wars because Star Wars is now too woke and feminist, when Star Trek is probably the most woke thing that's ever existed.
Yeah, somebody posted about that on Facebook, and I just put a Captain Janeway rolling her eyes gif because I was like, "What?"
It's wild. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like people are literally just like, oh, I don't understand.
Well, everyone's trying to figure out how they can be mad.
Literally, right? Like if you ever go on,
Yeah.
if you ever go on like Threads, which is the alternative to Twitter these days,
Mm-hmm.
and
X? There's no such
X.
thing as Twitter.
Well, X is probably this, but no, it's like it's literally just people like creating new topics to just basically start an argument with themselves.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I scroll,
Would you like to buy
I
an
open it up, and I don't know
I've
whether
already told you once. No, you haven't. Yes, I have. No, you haven't. Sorry, I've been
This is-
watching a lot of Monty Python.
it's like I open up the app, and the first thing that comes up is like just people just saying stuff that's just going to cause an
Are you
argument.
looking at it right now? This is
Yeah.
turning into a boomer
Here's-
stream.
here's
Hey,
the-
look at my phone I got on here.
Here's the first thing that comes up. It just says male privilege doesn't exist. Most men don't have power, cannot
Wait,
find a
he's
woman,
booming right now.
have
Danny, you're
jobs to hate.
booming.
I'm
The
like,
drugs
but-
are making you boom.
yeah, I know I am, but I'm just,
You're
I don't,
screaming at your phone on the street.
but I just hate life right now. I swear to God.
He's booming. He's booming. Come on, you got to hold it down for us old millennials. They think we're boomers already.
People need to just chill the fuck out, is all I'm trying to say.
Old man yells at the sky is now replaced by old man yells at his phone.
Oh,
That
me
is
too.
pretty funny. Did you read
uh,
that somewhere, or did you just come up with that, Morgan?
I just came up with it.
That's
I just
pretty
watched
funny.
an old man yell at his phone.
I'm in too much pain for this. Anyway, carry on.
I'm sorry, Danny, but you really
was
picked the wrong
beautiful.
two guys to join a stream with today. We'll try to keep it down. So here's Shared Souls, episode 27. Pelagius has got a big, long, hard one here. All right. There's an amusing trick with the Radon fight. Instead of running at him, run away. This will despawn the boss, or at least turn off his AI once he disappears from the screen. Once he does, then go back and he will be in his normal melee mode instead of ranged. What? 22-25? Awkward.
What's that look like?
1
I
second.
don't know.
22-25?
Oh, my sneeze.
In retrospect, I think the comet was better than the gravity because I only once staggered him. I don't
Are
even
you
think it was me
supposed
that
to
did
just
it.
run on the
Yeah.
spot like that?
Are you stuck running in one place?
No, I'm watching a cutscene.
Oh. On my screen.
You don't get a cutscene?
No, on my screen, you're just running in one place.
Oh, I'm getting a beautiful cutscene of
just
Oh,
grab
this is the
stars.
bit where
There's so
Radon
many
comes
shooting
up.
stars. It
That's
almost looks
the
like I'm
thing.
traveling through time.
It's funny how you don't see the cutscene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that because you were dead though?
No, I just don't see it.
So, but why was your camera
never
following
die.
James?
Because I don't know why.
Probably
You
because
got
you died.
You gotta ask
Come
the
on,
seamless
man.
guys. No, I don't
Come
think
on,
I
man.
did. I probably didn't. though.
Oh, now I'm out of the magic shield. Ooh. Wow.
It's not
My
that I don't
shield
believe
does so
you.
good against
It's
that
just
guy.
that I
yeah,
don't believe
dead.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get him though.
Any more
You died
Oh,
then?
I got murdered.
I think you
You
just
dead?
died there.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get him though.
Yeah, you did die.
But James does get him. To be fair.
James does get him.
Yes, but you Morgan, you died.
Yeah.
You were just pretending you didn't. Angry man on drugs yells at phone. Anyway, I'm sorry.
All right, 27-25. Alexander successfully ignored. 27-30. Blade successfully ignored.
I want to see this.
Oh, because we were supposed to be
52-39.
able to spawn them, and I just ran over their
Go. Load it back in, baby.
load sign. I don't think we need to see it. I know what
I'm
it
getting
is.
pretty
I-
close to having enough for that comet thing.
When they say ignored,
I probably didn't summon them, right? That's the only way
okay.
in 5 seconds there'd be 2 people I ignored.
Yeah.
52-39. James been bad boy for Christmas?
That's what I want to see.
I don't know. Okay.
Ooh, clean rot helmet. Cool.
I didn't get anything.
I think that's it.
There it is.
did you get anything nice for Christmas?
Did I? I don't think I did get anything.
I
else for
did.
Christmas.
What did
I
you
got
get?
this hoodie. I got sweatpants. I got a new pair of shoes. I came up.
Oh, I like toys, not clothes.
Oh.
So.
I got this little controller, which is really a stress ball.
What is it like?
I was
a
wondering
working
about
controller?
that.
It
I kind
looks
of
like-
assumed that's what it was because you were mushing it.
Yeah.
Wait, is
well,
it a
it's-
working controller or no?
No, like if you
James.
compare for
But
scale.
we should
it's-
we should invent that. Okay, end the stream really quick so we can have a private conversation.
Okay, yeah, let's get together and we'll engineer squishable
Squishable controllers.
boards.
So you want a controller that would easily break because you can
No,
squish
no,
them.
no, no. There'd
No,
be
no.
parts of it, like the sticks and like the buttons, are all in hard plated spots, but the sides and the handle parts of the controller are just like those stress balls,
Ew.
where you can squeeze them as hard as you want.
That would be so annoying to play with.
Yeah, wouldn't
God.
that just make them bad as controllers?
Yeah.
The problem with stress balls is that they can rip quite easily. Like
You
that's
just got too much stress, my man.
it's no, but you could. That's this is a terrible idea. 1 hour 9
You're
minutes.
telling me you've ripped a bunch of stress balls?
And you telling me you haven't?
Are you talking about the ones that are filled with a jelly or the ones that are like foam?
They're like foam,
Oh.
right? It's like
Okay,
foam.
I'm talking about
This-
the ones that are
This
like
one's already split.
have like a thick gelatin inside of them.
Ew. All right.
You want to put gelatin inside your controller.
Kinda.
1 hour and 9 minutes and 52 seconds, and that's what happens if you want it too much, James.
I think I get killed trying to get the last hit on a boss, but
I mean,
Was
that's a
it
good guess.
109.52?
Yeah.
We're not even
I'm
close.
just saying I'm not going to be able to get the last hit because this thing doesn't do much damage.
Just crying about it. Oh, I tore this boss up.
Oh, did he get
I
me?
mean, not those ones. I just missed a bunch of times.
Oh,
You tried to switch to a damage spell at the last second?
I did. I can't help myself.
So you were complaining that you wouldn't get the last hit, but then tried anyway.
Yeah.
Look for a golden scarab near the Vare, White Mask guy in Liarnia. That scarab drops Blood Flame weapon buff with
Ooh.
works amazing for bleed build and gets bonus from Flame Give Me Strength too. Speaking about Vare's quests, you can do invasion part without invading online by simply invading 3 times on NPC at White Wraith Blood Ruins. It's like directly to the west from the Erd tree on the map. The sign is guarded by a bunch of dogs. P.S. Good one. Each get a point, placing Morgan first with 45 final blows on bosses, and James is at 19. You're almost 50% of the way there.
Yeah, but I am catching up more and more because there was a point in
Yeah.
time where I was like a 20th of it, but now I'm about half.
Yeah. I mean, at this rate, you're going to still lose. Scroll Denny.
Can you not see that?
Oh yeah, I see it. You
Oh,
took
sorry.
Punkert to Thanksgiving? That seems a bit extreme for a 3-day gathering. Well, what you don't understand is Punkert's my baby. Would you leave your baby at home for 3 days?
How old's the baby?
9.
Oh, yeah.
So my question for you, James, is: yes, it was a little extreme, or yes, I did take Punker, or not at all.
I think no, not at all. Not at all. I think is the correct answer.
Okay.
Oh, but it did fit, but yeah, it's all right.
It's
perfect.
fine.
It's
can't all win.
not extreme to take Punker to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she loved it.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, I mean, dogs like food and attention, so why not? I guess.
Brad Hahn gets one of my favorite quotes of mine of the year. 2 can play the balls game.
What does that even mean? So disgusting.
Well, you don't have to play with the balls by yourself. 2 can play the balls game.
Dark page with a little complaint. There's already 2 of you and you summoned everyone? That's
Oh
sad.
my god. Oh.
Weird. I thought you were using the Scarlet Rapier.
Yeah, I've been switching it up a lot. I think I respect again after this. That's my bad.
Bill, my mom's new husband. Your stepdad? Don't you ever say that. He'll never be my stepdad.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You're channeling a little John C. Reilly.
Well, the thing is I love Bill. If I thought that he would accept me as his stepson, I would go all the way. But I feel like
Have you asked him? I bet he would say yes.
I don't know. Maybe I should ask him. I should. It just seems like since they got married when I was already in my super late 30s.
You mean early 40s?
Well, yeah, I was like 41. It was the idea of
like,
then
I don't
saying,
even know if I knew you in your super late 30s.
but like, isn't that too late to call somebody your stepdad or no?
No, depending on, I mean, the relationship that you guys have.
Yeah, but I really like if I'm like, Bill, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I'd like to consider you my stepdad. If he's like, hard no, bro.
I didn't think it was something you had choice over. I thought like either.
Here's what we do. Next Christmas, you give him adoption papers
All right.
and see if he'll adopt you.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
Who's Bill?
Bill's my mom's new husband.
Okay. And you don't like Bill very much, or
No,
No,
I
he
think
loves
Bill's
Bill.
great. Bill's wonderful. It's
He wants
just
him to be his
like,
dad.
it would be nice. But at the same time, I feel like it's weird in your 40s to have a new person that's in your mom's life call them stepdad, because
Well,
like
just
the
get him
dad
to sign the
part's-
papers, then he'll officially be your dad.
Yeah, all right, I'll do what I can.
All
but
right.
would you want to, if you were like in your sunset years, would you want to adopt a 40-year-old James? I mean, is that not taking on a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I would have lived a very like selfish life up until that point. I would say, you know what, this young man needs some help.
And there are
He needs
very
help.
few kids that are as childish as me. Period.
Yeah, James lives his life, even though he's in his mid to late 40s, with a childlike wonder.
Oh, the pain. Okay. Spurio says, just FYI, guys, the fact you did a ton of old subs. Oh, this is going to be.
Oh, this is great.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
this
click
is
views
great.
is killing your algorithm. You'd probably be better starting a new channel from scratch, even if you called it the exact same thing.
And then Morgan Christensen 1490 says, I think this is actually a good idea. It's sure to start a fight in the chat, so I will try it. And let me just say that before I left this video and got to our private Discord chat, it had already been quashed within minutes.
It hasn't been quashed. It's
It was-
just.
Did you read your response? It sounded like it was quashed.
I don't remember the response. All I remember,
Danny and Mikey worked it out before I even got to Discord.
all I remember is seeing this comment and furiously punching my monitor like I was E Honda.
And then Danny with the facts. There's no real evidence of how the algorithm works either way. For example, when we make short form content, it does significantly better. So, and then Mikael Rose says, "Adventure bits." I missed the intro.
Well, my point is that it might. All right, I'll just leave it.
No, I want to hear it. You made it. I mean, I read it. James just didn't read it.
Well, it might be the case, but nobody truly knows, right? Because the point of the algorithm is that it is supposed to be a secret. Because as soon as anyone figures out how it works, then
we'll have another PewDiePie on our hands.
Well, yeah, I mean that's it. You people will just game the algorithm until it gets changed. So they intentionally try and keep it as obscure as possible.
Yeah. Well,
So
even
what's the point of even having an algorithm? Can't they have no algorithm?
When I was moving over from Adventure Bits to here, I was talking to one of my friends who's been in YouTube for a very long time on both sides as a YouTuber and as like a working in studios and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, it's kind of an interesting experiment because no one's really tried to like revive a dead channel, which essentially was what we had before. I'll be interested to see if like what happens with the algorithm and like the numbers, and like it definitely didn't return to the same numbers. That's like the numbers don't lie."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, also keep in mind that the numbers used to be people working their full-time job, making content, getting access to games that are unreleased, and spending 40 hours before it was released, making videos to all go live on the day of release.
Yeah.
So now we're getting stuff rarely before, typically like the day it releases, but we don't record till the next Monday. And my fault more than probably anybody's, but unable to keep up a pace of beating a game before the next thing comes out that's even more popular.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that I think there's so many things at play with it. The hope is that we continue to get more and more successful, especially with our website getting better, finding new tricks, and eventually being able to find a rhythm where we can know what is worth our time to jump on and execute. And maybe one day, be able to just work more on it.
Yeah. I think that was my point, really. Like, of all the things that might be the problem, I think the channel having lots of dead subscribers on it is probably like, it probably does have an impact. It probably is a factor, but it probably
It's got to
isn't.
be a factor. Like people that are subscribed that don't click on the video, and that ratio to
probably.
us is huge.
Yeah, I probably, but I don't think it's the biggest one. I don't know, because sometimes we make these videos from time to time, and the algorithm will just, they'll do very well, right?
Mhm.
I don't know. There are certain good practices that we don't follow any of them. So
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think
guess
that's the problem.
That's the end of the line. So even on a new channel, we wouldn't be doing the same.
I made a short over Christmas, and it didn't take me very long to do. Actually, it only took me about 20 minutes, and it was just a very, very short video that explained how old video games did reflections. Like, I don't know if you know.
I watched that.
Yeah,
I liked it.
yeah, it did nearly 6,000 views. So, you know,
Reflections and refractions.
if it's about reflections and or refractions, then it's my cup of tea. But and then, you know, Baldur's Gate did 620 odd views. Again, okay, that's not a big number, but it's still 3 times bigger than we normally do. So like,
Yeah.
I think yeah, you're probably right, but I think there is also a degree of, we should just start making things people actually want to watch.
Well, and we say short, but look at, I have on the original Understudies YouTube channel, I made like a 20-minute Mike
That was
Lindell
as slick
video.
as she thought it was.
What was that? Oh, I made like a 20-minute video.
My
of
girlfriend
Mike
just
Lindell.
crawled on the floor behind me into the bathroom.
Oh, I thought you were saying my transition into talking about my other YouTube channel. I was like,
What the
well,
frick?
it's related. So I made this video. It's like 20 minutes long. It has over 200,000 views on it. In like just a couple of weeks, it got to that number. Now it's died off significantly, but that's not a short video. So I think that some short videos do really well. Some long videos do really well. I think it just depends on whether or not people start clicking it. And I think that at the beginning, the better it does at the beginning, the more it'll pick up steam.
well,
I've never seen a video that was up for like over a year and then all of a sudden got a bunch of views.
no, very rare. Well, I mean, it's happened from time to time, but usually it's tied to an event. Like sometimes people make, I'm trying to think, like say somebody dies or something, right? And like people go to search that person or something like that, maybe. But like I'm trying. Yeah, I mean, it's funny you mentioned 20 minutes because
It's a very specific way to get views.
yeah, I'm not suggesting that as a strategy, but no, I was just more interested. It's like the UFC fight glitch that on the adventure bits.
Oh yeah, we could just
mentioned.
do that every day. We'd be fine.
That's the kind of thing, right? But I mean, I was just going to say, it was funny you mentioned 20 minutes. I would like to get opinions from the chat on this because I've thought about this before. At the moment, we do videos in 1 hour blocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think doing videos in parts is a different conversation as well, actually, because people are less likely to jump into something if it's on part 28 as opposed to just being at the beginning or as a one-off, because it kind of becomes a bit impenetrable. But if we were going to do videos in parts like we do now, how would people feel about them being 20 minutes long instead of an hour long, but then there is more of them?
Mm-hmm.
So you would get maybe 20 minutes a day as opposed to 1 hour every 3 days or whatever we're actually managing to achieve at the
I
moment.
never even
you know
really
what I mean?
thought of it like that.
Because I think it would, one, be a more efficient use of your time in a way, because you could basically make more videos in the same amount of time. And then 2, we'd make more money.
Yeah, a hell of a lot more money.
Kind of. And then 3, it would just break things up. So like people might be more willing to jump into something that's 20 minutes long than an hour, you know? It's like I've got 20 minutes for lunch as opposed to I've got an hour or to kill, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know.
Well,
I just wonder what people
because
think.
I have to go to the bathroom and it's a borderline emergency.
Well, while you do that, I'm going to run a Twitch poll because I'm genuinely curious to know what people think. Because I think the reason why we haven't done it or wanted to do it is because we were always a bit like, well, people might think we're trying to cheat you by making it look like we're doing more videos, but really we're just doing the same thing.
Sorry, guys. I had to let a small creature crawl across the floor behind me.
Well,
we lost James.
Yeah, James has gone for an emergency bathroom break.
Oh,
and I was just raising the thing that I've kind of said before, which is it might be interesting to see, like, rather than doing videos that are an hour in length, we do them at 20 minutes in length, but we release them more often.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But I was just saying, like, when we've talked about it before, we've kind of been like, maybe people will think we're trying to cheat them by reducing the length of the videos or whatever, but
no. And I think even 30 minutes, like more like around the length of a TV show.
Yeah, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I mean, the reason why I thought 20 was good because you can get it, because we currently record for one episode in an hour, right? If you reduce it to 20 minutes, you get 3 episodes for the same amount of time. Which I think would make us way more consistent. Like at the moment, like we want to release daily, but the reality is, I think we did quite well for a long time, and we have done fairly well in staying somewhat consistent. But if you
with the exception of December.
Oh, December was a mess. And there have been times, but this is what I'm saying, there have been times where like James has gone on holiday, or James has had his eyeball lasered, or James has drunk Kratom. And
this is from Crispy AI in the chat. Mostly everyone's saying shorter and also to play Monster Hunter, but Crispy AI is saying, and I agree with this because I always feel weird about the parts, and this kind of gets us out of the problem. Use a descriptive title for the part of the game. People search for specific enemies, locations, etc., and would avoid the part 47 feeling.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's SEO. We should do better SEO, but
yeah. But
then maybe just in the playlist we have it set up so that it's in release order, so that if you're watching it afterwards, you don't have the problem of figuring out which ones.
Is it even set up like that right now?
I don't know.
Yeah, we do have playlists where everything's in order. I think
in order?
Yeah, you can have the part number in the title. I think I just always put it at the very end though.
Yeah,
because I always like the start of the title is like something unique, and then the game name, and then the part name last, because it's like who said that? Was it?
I'm down to do that.
Yeah, because then it's the people thing you're searching for, etc., etc. So I think maybe we should do these little things first. I mean, we should try these little things. Maybe we should commit to that.
Runs.
For this week, shall we do 20-minute episodes? We'll try and SEO 20? Optimize them. Well, I mean, I'm not saying you have to absolutely stop after 20 minutes, but
let's experiment with some 20-minute episodes.
James, once we get to Armored Core, must change it once.
Once we get to Armored Core, we're gonna have a real heart-to-heart conversation.
You're not done with Armored Core yet?
We're not on the video yet, so we'll get there.
Holy smokes! You're not gonna do New Game, are you? It's getting hot here.
Yeah,
New Game Plus? I don't know. I mean, we gotta wait for that video to come up before we start talking about it.
No, I mean, Crispy, I agree. Like, if we were doing 20-minute videos, they would have to be done properly, as in, don't just record for an hour and then chop it into 20-minute pieces. You'd have to do an intro for each.
Yeah, we'll record an intro and then we'll just splice it into each one.
Fucking hell.
Hey guys, welcome to the episode.
Good luck.
It's about.
Yeah,
and then Daniel will say whatever the part is when he's editing it.
Just use text to speech over the bit. Yeah.
Like Liarnia.
Well, maybe we can test it with just shared souls or something. I don't know, but we can. Or maybe we can test it with something new. Maybe we can test it with.
Can we stop playing Dark Souls 2 for 5 minutes?
No, I want to play Dark Souls 2 so bad.
Maybe we can test it with Baldur's Gate 3. We need to get back onto that. But anyway, Anyway, food for thought. Mikhail Rose says the old classic Heaney shield attack. At least once a playthrough, we get to see such legendary techniques.
Oh yeah, I think I trained my voice on one of those AI things. We'd use that.
Oh, you know what? If you guys trained your voices on one of those AI things, I could make guide videos. I wouldn't even need to ask you to record the lines. I could just use your
That's what I
AI
just said. Yeah, I don't like you can just have it.
If I was to train my voice, you could use it for AI videos and just have it replicate me.
No, guys, that's what I'm saying.
I know. I'm sorry. Now we have.
No, I
Mr.
know. I was following along with the bit.
I know.
James,
but, like,
when was the
I
last
did
time
the
you
bit
did
and then
improv,
it's
bro?
over. Mr. Bruce Aiken says, "LOL. Stop saying he's taking me in his mouth / jaws." James, ha ha ha. Yeah, you're probably right. I should probably watch the way I say that. And then we have Dark Page saying, "Yeah, I always use Lyft. I've never even been in an Uber."
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have
Uber.
Lyft in this country. Is it different in any significant way?
A lot of the Lyft drivers out here will also have an Uber sign, and they just go to whichever app like rings and like gives them something first.
Yeah.
They'll do both.
Usually Lyft is I mean as a company it's a little less bad than Uber.
Oh well, I hate if I could use something other than Uber, I would. It's just unfortunately there isn't really a viable alternative.
Well, isn't like British cabs like a
the
historical landmark?
There's two reasons why I don't like to use mini cabs. One is because
Not patriotic.
No. They're all local, right?
Yeah.
So it's fine for where I live because I will have the number of the local minicab firm that I can ring and get them to come and pick me up. But if I ever travel anywhere else and I don't know where I am, like it's way more inconvenient to try and figure out which minicab, what the phone number is, or what
they
they're
don't
called.
have like a 1-800 number that you call that directs you to the correct one?
No, like each town and each city has its own multiple minicab firms. Some of them may be better than others. Like it's just difficult if you're traveling around to figure out who you should ring and who's reputable, and like there's just this whole thing. Like and the other thing is like most minicab firms, the drivers are just like characters, right? Like if you get in like a black cab or you get in like a traditional British minicab, like the guy is probably just gonna.
I feel like the British cab movies or videos that I've seen were quite sexual. Is that normal?
Sexual. I mean, I don't know about sexual, but I see what you've been watching. It's been on Pornhub. But I don't know. I mean, but genuinely, like British cab drivers are on.
Oh, my bad.
They're interesting characters. They're like the kind of people who will probably like talk to you about flat Earth, or they'll talk to you about. They'll just be like incredibly
birds or drones. Birds are not real.
They're just.
I almost got out of a Lyft one time because my driver was a flat earther.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't. The nice thing about Uber is there's an option there you can toggle on, which is like, I don't want to have a conversation. And at least most of them don't tend to have a conversation with you. And if they do, it's somewhat sensible. But like minicab drivers are usually just crazy people.
To exchange at least niceties. Hey, how's it going? How's your day? Blah, blah, blah. Like if you get in, you're like, hey, how's it going? They're like, and they don't say anything. They just start driving. You're like, oh, okay. I don't like that. There should be. You gotta at least play the game.
I mean, I say hello and how's your day and stuff like that. But I'm saying like traditional British minicab drivers. I'm talking white bald men who look a lot like me, who just talk absolutely nonsense for the entire trip. And I mean,
wait, Danny, yell it at your phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Do you want your Uber driver? Do you want your taxi driver to be old white man shouts at phone? Because I don't. Oh my god! Yeah, it literally Danny on drugs yelling at a phone is not what you want from the person.
While you're driving around.
Yeah.
Man, Jorn
$2,000.
says $2,000 domestic flight. Holy shit!
Where were you?
Yeah.
Kind
Is
of
that
true. I might have
crazy?
misrepresented it. It was 2 flights that cost $2,000. So
Oh,
it was
so
a total
1,000
of
each way.
1,000 each. But
I
yeah.
think they
Well,
do
not
that.
1,000 each way.
But
1,000
you
each round trip ticket.
You explained that in the video, so I think they're, but still, 2,000
still
there back
super
is still
expensive.
too much.
Ralph
And-
Murphy, we rarely fly, but in August we flew to Iowa for a wedding. The connection was in Denver and it was stressful as we had 45 minutes to catch it, and it literally took 40 minutes to get from gate to gate. Oh, I hate connecting flights.
I think this is so weird. I follow a lot of like different cities in on Reddit, like just to hear like local complaints essentially. And I think there was a joke about like one of the like gates in Denver at the airport is like an hour away from every other gate. It's just out in the middle of nowhere. And so if you
talking
get
about the underground bunker?
I don't know, like if you get that, which it sounds like he did, then you have to like book it to get over there.
Yeah. Danger Dad says, I wonder if James hasn't learned that you can't block grab attacks. It's been that way since the original fighting games. You can't block grab attacks. I mean, yeah, I should know that. Is there grab attacks in Shared Souls?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Those
they had
little
grab-
guys that crawl along the floor and then jump on you and kill you.
can't
You
block
remember
that.
You can't.
Oh.
I think you probably parry it, right?
I don't know. I think again we land on the I can't.
I think the US is too big, Mikey. So I think it's like LA is a major hub, New York's a major hub, and then there's like
Chicago is a major hub.
Chicago's a major hub. If you're talking about shipping, it's Kansas. Kansas is the most like center and has access to trains.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
All right,
pretty
we
fun
did it.
stuff.
We
All
did
right,
it.
That's all the
Next
videos.
video.
Mm.
Oh, another Shirt Souls.
Yeah, this is taking longer than I thought it would actually. My tabs have gone to sleep. It's taken so long to get through the first 2 videos.
Wait,
Sorry.
there's like how many more? Let's
There's
go
another-
through these.
there's
I'm on a
another-
mic.
There's 5 more.
All right.
104.31. Right behind the big tombstone, use Marguerite's shackle to reveal the invisible wall on the stone wall and gain access to the cave. Great episode, guys. Good to see Jibs carrying his weight. Yeep, be warned that there's a lot of hidden goodies in that cave. Yeah, I think we did them all. You don't need the shackle to get in. Yeah, we know that. But I didn't know it would. I didn't know it would do the job. Yeah, the shackle will open any hidden door.
Mm-hmm. That's what I always say.
Pill.
and then-
yeah,
yeah.
go for it. You got it.
James and Blue Line meme was so strong it turned into a build 3417. Frankly, if you want to do a good two-handed bleed weapon, the bleed-focused twin blade you get from the invader at the Second Church of Marika, straight west of the Atlas Tunnel, is a bit more fun of an option, and it has an amazing synergy with Fire Give Me Strength. For James, on average, it's a lot more cost-effective to use glintstone comics, pebbles, etc. In particular, the Night Comet and Night Shard, as enemies might occasionally input raid you casting something.
He doesn't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Occasionally input read you casting something, but won't actually try to dodge these spell projectiles. Ooh. P.S. James. 2 solid final blows. That sums up to 21 blows versus Morgan's 45, which is what I thought the last one was.
No, he was
But-
19 and 45.
All right. I disagree, but still. PSS. You've mostly figured the quest with the Golden Needle and Celia. You don't need to meet Millicent at the Erd Gazing Hill and give her the prosthetic arm to progress her quest, which subsequently upgrades Gowry's spell shop. He has some good stuff.
I didn't know that upgraded the spell shop.
All right. And then do we want to look at that clip? Build line 3417?
Nah,
34.
let's keep it cooking. Skip it.
Sorry, Bill. We're skipping it. Dark Page. Yeah, honestly, trying to find time to plow my wife drop a seed or two. Most times she doesn't get me going and is unwilling to dress as my favorite video game characters. That's a quote?
Who said that?
It sounds like James.
It does sound like me, but I don't recall saying that.
Let's get Erin in here and see what she thinks about this quote.
Oh my god. Well, I don't think either of us are married, are we? So it must have been James.
I think was I talking about the awkward conversation that my cousin was having? Did I tell you about that, Morgan?
I don't know.
I don't recall that.
If I did tell it, I probably shouldn't have. If I didn't tell it, I probably shouldn't. But it was an extraordinarily awkward conversation over Thanksgiving.
There was a very weird conversation you told me about where you were like, I don't think that my cousin will ever watch this video, so it should be fine.
Okay, well then that was probably
That's
it.
probably
But he was like they had gotten married. I was the officiant of the wedding, and then he started bringing up like family planning and just how he doesn't have time to.
Yeah.
And I was just horrified. I could not believe I was sitting at a table with my mom and my cousin having him talk about this.
Was Bill there?
No, Bill was not there.
Oh,
if only my stepdad was there to help me out of that situation.
Yeah, he could have laid down the law a little bit.
Yeah.
Ulasil's botnet. Such a pity they sent this video to the Shadow Realm for whatever reason. On the bright side, you both played pretty well here, even when taking into account the fact that it's kind of an earlier game area. Also, damn, Morgan cooked his ass 45-22. We should see that one.
Oh, I think what happened was this came out in the wrong order.
Oh, that's why I got Shadow Realmed.
Yeah, that's why I got Shadow Realmed.
Oh, I don't think this is.
Fault.
I thought this was gameplay, but I think this is me talking shit to James.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure what happened exactly. I think I uploaded I edited them, and then I tiled them in the order I thought they were. And I think Morgan told me that I got
so
them
much. You're talking over the quoting.
What do you mean?
You expect me to remember which bosses are weak to what when you don't even know what your spells do? Just try stuff.
I'm trying stuff all the time.
Okay, well, don't involve me in your weird little witchcraft stuff. I don't know what it does. Are you doing witchcraft, yes or no?
Yes.
I knew it.
Got awkward there for a sec. All right, sorry, Danny. We didn't really need to hear him talk shit about me because he's going to do that again today. He did it yesterday. He'll do it tomorrow. I can't believe he interrupted you.
The thing is that James tries to get me to memorize what all of his spells do and which bosses are weak to which of his spells. And I've never played a caster except for one time where I used one spell and I burned through the entire game in like 10 minutes.
Well, forgive me that I feel like you walk around with a Terminator / RoboCop UI over your eyeballs all the time because you can't imagine something. So you just have this like DOS prompt that is telling you all the
imagining
facts.
things.
No, not imagining. I just feel like it's part of your user interface as being Robot Morgan.
I don't have it.
All right, sorry. My bad. I think we got to the. Oh no. So then the last on this video is from Ralph Murphy. The cave you are looking for is right behind the mage skeleton in the cemetery. The entrance is hidden, so you need to hit the cliffside behind the large cemetery.
Like a little rat scurrying around behind me.
And then Michaela Rose says, well, this playthrough just got super boring. Oh.
Wow.
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, I think 8 days ago might be because we just aren't putting anything up.
Yeah. Most likely.
Hopefully. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to play this again today. This is what I'm most looking forward to. Michaela Rose. I love the group content. Bless your hearts. Then Michaela Rose says, it's like Morgan's taking care of his 2 small children. What the
I love how this is the only comment Danny didn't love. He came back and corrected it as not to show his hand. I somehow, quote unquote, missed it. it was funnier the other way. That's pretty funny.
I'll take
This game is super fun. I played a lot of this game all the way through. I got 2 villages up to level 10, and then got to the snow, and then I was like, man, I don't really care. But I essentially did everything you can do. It needs more content. It's at the point where you can do about everything in a couple days of play, and then there's nothing to do.
So Landon Kirksey?
Yeah.
So I'm friends with him on Xbox. Not a big deal. But he was playing Roblox. He was playing Roblox, and I messaged him through Xbox, whatever the Xbox Messenger is, and I was like, "Dude, what are you doing? Roblox sucks. Did you not hear that Lego Fortnite?" And I just blasted him, and he didn't respond or anything. And it's just like, all right, I guess he really likes Roblox. And then I saw him at the theater a couple days ago, and he's like, "Oh, I gave my Xbox to my nephew."
Oh
and
my!
Like,
I said his nephew.
I'm just like, that game sucks. You should be playing Lego Fortnite.
You just assaulted a child, essentially.
I guess so. I didn't know. They didn't respond, so I don't know if they don't know how to read the messages or what was going on.
No, he read it. He was just like, "What the heck?
What the heck? Roblox sucks." I've never played Roblox, so I guess I shouldn't judge.
The interesting thing
Bruce,
about Roblox is it's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you good?
I was just gonna say the interesting thing about Roblox is it's almost like rather than being a game like Minecraft, it's almost like games within a game. Like people create really quite surprisingly advanced stuff in Roblox. I mean, they all look the same. They all look like fake Lego, I guess, but like pound on Lego. But yeah, it's just interesting Roblox. The thing about Lego Fortnite, it was surprisingly fun, but I think it just lacks the maturity of something like Minecraft. It's like you say, Morgan, you probably run out of content too quick. Minecraft's had a good decade plus of
procedurally
updates.
generated? Is there not a procedurally generated map, or is it one map?
Oh, the map is huge. Yeah, no, it's procedurally generated.
All right, and then Mr. Brookaiken says, "Well, but now I know what game I'm going to be playing through Xmas. You guys made it look pretty fun."
I just hope they stick with it and keep releasing new updates and stuff.
Well, I would be very surprised if they didn't have a plan in place for the next 2 years. And especially because they're using Lego, which is such a they're so meticulous about their content that I doubt that they would just leave it floundering. And the when it came out, it was doing better than Zero Build and Battle Royale combined. It was the most played part of Fortnite.
Do you want to know something interesting about Lego?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if I should. I think it's fine.
You don't know? You don't know anything interesting about Lego?
No. I've met a lot of people from Lego because
Humble brag.
Well, a lot of people working on the Lego games and stuff, and they have interesting philosophies about what they want Lego to be on video games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they want to really build in the long term is the ability to kind of treat digital Lego as real Lego. So imagine you build something out of Lego in a Lego video game. In real life, if you kit bashed a bunch of Lego bricks together from different sets, and you could take them and you could play with them with other Lego sets, and so they kind of want you to be able to build things out of Lego, and then you could take it to any other Lego game and play with it somewhere else. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Which is,
they should look into Trailmakers, because that's my ideal Lego game as well, is where you can build your own thing.
Yeah. So it would be interesting if they kind of keep this going, and you can maybe connect it to other Lego games and
now
import
just a
things
little
from,
tiny bit of trivia, and I don't know the exact date, but and don't look it up. Do you either of you guys know when Nintendo was founded? Just generally years.
They were like a card game making company, weren't they?
Board game, but from what
board
I heard,
games, card games, 1920s, 1930s, something like that.
Morgan, do you have an idea?
No, I have no idea.
It was in the 1890s. I was
Oh,
watching
wow.
a Charlie Chaplin documentary last night, and they were talking about the things that were like the year that Charlie Chaplin was born, what was going on in the world, and it was the same year that Chaplin was born was the year that Nintendo was founded, and they were
Oh, wow.
making board games. Is what they were doing.
So
insane to
what
me.
year was that again?
I don't whatever year Charlie Chaplin was born. I don't remember. But it was like 1890 or something. It might.
I'm going to put Charlie Chaplin birthday. Let's watch him.
And
born
what
in-
does that have to do with Lego and Fortnite?
I was just thinking when he said that he was going to tell us something about Lego, I thought it was going to be like how old it was or something because I just watched this documentary last night and it blew my mind.
1889.
Yeah.
Charlie. Do you know that's wild because in the year that Red Dead Redemption 2 is set, Nintendo as a company exists. That's kind of mind blowing. I mean,
I'm always weirded out by that, like the how close like the Western world, like Western like shooting world was to like regular modern times. It's like not that far away.
oh yeah, like in the space of our lifetimes, it went from the Wild West to like World War One, right? Like it wasn't. It really wasn't that.
The hustle and bustle of New York City is older than the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, it's
What?
the West is a funny.
Like New York became like a pretty big happening city. Like
Yeah,
in
I've
the
seen
early
games in New
1800s.
York. I know.
Yeah, but the Wild West, like that stuff wasn't happening in like the 1700s. That was happening in like the mid 1800s.
Yeah,
Well,
and
probably
later
early 1800s.
up
I
until
think
the 1900s.
I think that's why the Wild West was so compelling to some people, right? It's almost like the world had almost like the Industrial Revolution had already happened, and like most of the known world had already become like civilized and had become quite built up.
Ew, what does that
No,
mean
but-
to an English person when you civilize a country?
Oh,
Well, I'm not
gonna
getting.
find out. Oh, no.
I'm not getting baited into that conversation. But what I mean is, there are things that
industrialized. I think what you're trying to
they're
say is
industrialized. There's infrastructure. There's police. There's laws.
There's capitalism.
There's capitalism. There's all that fun stuff, right? And I think the Wild West was
Bring
like
raw industrial capitalism to it.
But that's the thing, like the Western frontier back then, it was like, I think that's the last time that's ever happened, but it was the latest time that everything kind of was new, right? It was just a reset. It was like none of that stuff existed. It feels older than it is,
Yeah.
and never to be replicated, really, because I think the rest of the known world is pretty much tainted in some way or another at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Being invaded.
I guess the next time that'll happen is like when Elon Musk finally gets to Mars, right? That's the next frontier.
Oh, yeah. Let him get up there and get radiation poisoning. What's he going to do?
Why not?
The dumb idiot.
Pelagius says, "This is madness." As for the game, so far, replaying Valheim seems to be more appealing. Which, not bad opinion. I thought Valheim was awesome.
Valheim's great.
I haven't played it in a while. And then Ulusile Botnut says, "Thank you for bringing our dreams to life, Fortnite." Mm-hmm.
I have to say, Fortnite is having a bit of a resurgence.
Yeah.
Everyone I talk to is like, oh, yeah, I'm playing Fortnite.
Well, that's the other weird thing about this, man, because when you said I want to play Lego Fortnite, I was like, kind of like, oh, I don't know if I can be bothered playing Fortnite. Like, I've played
It's so fun.
But Lego Fortnite is nothing like Fortnite.
Yeah.
Well, even
But-
zero build Fortnite is just very fun.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. I'm sure
when
there's
you
a
said
lot of
Lego
things.
Fortnite, I actually played regular Fortnite before we got together and played Lego Fortnite just because I had installed it, and I had a lot of fun.
It's a ton of fun.
I'm not saying Fortnite isn't fun. It's just I don't like. I don't know. I have to be in the mood for a battle royale, and then when you say let's play Fortnite, I don't know. It's just interesting how a brand name just has a certain expectation attached to it. I just wonder
think
whether if they'd have named it
initial-
something different.
The initial hype of Fortnite, right? And then like it got cringe to like Fortnite. And I think that we've gone over the hump of it being cringe and it's on its way back up to just being its own thing again. And there isn't the stigma on it like there used to.
I don't think there's
me.
a stigma. I didn't really mean it from
Oh,
a
there
stigma.
was a stigma.
I'm sure
had
there
a
was.
For
Yeah.
kids, it was cringy. It was
I mean,
See, Ice is stuck in his old man ways. Nope, still cringe. Won't play it.
well, I mean, back when PUBG was still popular, I don't know if it is anymore. I think when Fortnite was relatively new, I guess a lot of people thought it was a bit.
This is going to be
cringe.
controversial. I played a lot of PUBG, but PUBG was never as good as Fortnite.
I'm sure.
Oh,
Technically speaking,
That's
I'm sure
the
that's
incorrect
true.
opinion.
But well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I think people at the time was like, well, PUBG felt like a very serious, realistic, simulation of war or whatever, and then Fortnite just felt childish, I guess. But
Yeah, it feels good to to get my
I remember
Yikes.
really loving H1Z1, which was like the
Oh,
DayZ
so fun.
thing.
Yeah.
Well, they screwed it up. They fucked up H1Z1 because they tried to make it all about buying stuff, and it could have been so great if they weren't trying to do a microtransaction game.
H1Z1 is the game that's like started they had the King of the Hill mode, and then Fortnite was like, or PUBG was like, oh, we could just make this, but just that's the whole game.
Yeah.
Because H1Z1 was actually a zombie survival game, which I played a lot. Yeah.
But now I don't even think you can play it anymore. I think they took the servers down.
Oh no, it's completely gone. That was a Sony game, so of course they fumbled the bag on it.
What a shame.
DayZ is harsh because every time I've ever loaded into DayZ, I get sniped within 2 seconds, and then I'm like, oh, I guess I shouldn't be in here.
Yeah, that's the exact experience I have with DayZ.
There's always just somebody waiting with a sniper rifle, and it's all like the glitchy and stuff.
This is
All right.
Baldur's Gate 3. Believe it or not, we finally got around to it. Just about.
The real video.
Mad Mikey B is quoting somebody. I don't remember who it was. Not that customizable, is it? Said whilst changing freckle intensity and missing all options. Not Pill, by the way.
I mean, this will be me.
Oh, that's funny. That's a funny little tag at the end from Mad Mikey. And then Mad Mikey says, this just in. James pictures Danny with his eyes closed. This will no doubt spark a fun fan mail topic. Yeah, sometimes I do.
Oh, God. My ribs.
James sabotaged this run from the moment he cast Thunderwave at the end. Though Danny spinning his character may come a close second.
I was only spinning my character during the creation screens. Thank you. 0 out of 10, Mikey GN. Yeah. It's funny how James does consistently sabotage things, regardless of the game that we play.
But my favorite part was when we were, you were like, okay, we're gonna kill this guy, like he's almost dead. So me and Danny are gonna run down and block all these guys from running in, so you can finish him off. And then James, as a little fragile wizard, runs past us to tank the enemies that we were supposed to block from getting to him.
I don't
remember
it happening like that, but
what? There's there's a video.
It's not the way I recall it shaking out, but I'll have to watch it to remember fully. Pelagia says, oh boy, oh boy. Well, at least this is fun to watch. 425, James discovers genital physics, while Danny finally noticed that UI has other buttons. Understandable, the buttons are on the side and don't glow with some poisonous neon color or have giant arrows pointing at them.
Weird.
555. Sorry, that's the moment. Also, it's amusing how James and Morgan's cameras keep freezing throughout the video. Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
650. And this is probably the moment James doing a propeller with his characters. Propeller with his character's junk. And then 1315. You joke about it, Danny, but such videos already been uploaded to GF with like half an hour or so of black screen.
I never.
What was I joking about again?
Probably having like a black screen or something, but we've definitely had that. I don't know. Go ahead and check it.
What was that?
Everything else I generally remember.
Somebody would have told us.
With regards to the cameras, Oh, 15.
Yeah, 1315.
Which is like padded out with a load of black space at the end, so it's like an hour long, and it literally
It's
just
just
opens
an
with the
intro that like fades away to the credits.
it's just the intro credits and then just
Where are we?
59 minutes of black. So I think
I mean,
that
there
was
was a lot of camera issues in this video.
There he goes.
There he is.
There he is. He's come to play Fortnite with the boys.
Sure. Yeah.
were we talking about doing an April Fool's joke?
I think so. I don't
can't
know,
remember,
but
anyway.
Good cover. Good cover.
yeah.
We did another one. Another April Fools in July.
Pelagius, we've discovered a new arch enemy of GameFront. Static dot puzzles on the floor. What does
Puddles.
dot mean?
Puddles.
Don't know what dot means? You know what
Don't-
dot means.
I don't.
Damage.
Damage
On touch?
over time. Oh, my
damage over
goodness.
time. Damage over time. That makes sense.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Heaney.
It's his
Oh.
first year in the gaming industry. Give him a break.
Oh,
I
makes
did die
sense.
in one of those puddles.
I died in one of those puddles. I think we all died in the red lava puddle.
I
at the
kind of
start,
didn't
right?
understand that it wasn't just I like came in thinking it was going to be all turn based, like every second of it, and then like having like scramble time where everyone can move around at the same time kind of threw me off. So I didn't think that there would be like obstacles, because why would you do that?
I've been told 6 minutes 50 is important.
this game, it's so good.
Oh yes, class. I don't want to be a cleric. I want to be a paladin, right? I'm gonna guess. Oh, I like the paladin's armor. That's very British colonial. Is this important? I don't know.
Is that the important bit?
I was told 650, but James playing with his character's junk. I'm a paladin. Fancy?
We can't see
Oh,
that.
I love the character
Yeah,
creation
thank God we
in this
can't see
game.
it.
It's so good.
I think
You don't know that I
you-
was looking at my character's junk there.
You're probably looking at the junk.
You don't
Ah.
know that.
It makes the most sense.
It does, but you don't know that.
Yeah,
And then
this is true.
Pelagius comes in with some incredibly important, absolutely pertinent information. At Mikey B should be playing with you. There has
Yeah.
to be at least one sane person in the group in order for things to move forward.
Ironic.
And then he says it's ironic that he's the sane one. And Zach says, sure as hell couldn't be me. You're the most insane.
Really, really good double combo there from me and Zach. I'm really proud of it. Just let's go.
Mikey, do you think that you could survive it? An
Yeah,
hour
probably.
of
Yeah,
us playing
probably.
Baldur's Gate? All right.
Yeah.
I just don't wanna-
I played with Danny over Christmas.
Oh, okay. So you get it.
I showed him. It required a lot of patience, but I think we got further than you boys did.
I'm not well. Don't have a go at me. I've broken my ribs.
Did you guys didn't try to kill the demon?
No, we did not. No.
You did what the screen said.
Oh yeah. That's the one thing I did learn play with Mikey. That we
I said it in the
You
video
guys
because I
don't
realized
read.
it right
Oh,
at
did
the
you
end.
really?
I was like, "Oh crap, we weren't even supposed to be fighting this guy."
we were just fighting things we didn't even need to fight. It was ridiculous.
The thing is, if you do fight that guy, it's a risk over reward kind of situation, though, right? So if you fight him and you kill him, you get a really good weapon, but you've got to
Well,
kill him.
I think if we start over,
yeah.
we should kill him.
Yeah.
What?
Probably.
Are we capable of killing him? But
Yeah,
not
we
only
had
were
him
we
real
not trying to
close.
kill him, we were getting distracted by all the little low-level things that were around him as well.
Yeah,
But,
you have
like,
to
we were
hyper
just-
focus the big guy, and also you
yeah,
have
we
to
were-
hope for good rolls on your like mind flayer companion at the beginning. as
We were
well.
getting hit by all the dots everywhere.
No, James, don't start.
What?
No, James,
No?
you
Okay.
cast
I
a
guess
spell
I
that
used-
killed your two AI companions. That's what happened.
Oh yeah. That's right. That's right. Thunderwave.
Steve the Ghost, this is going exactly as well as I assumed it would when I saw it in my feed this morning. Lol.
Ulasile Spotnut. Oh, what a grand adventure this will be. You three had better not stop. Forge ahead with this Keystone Cops routine to the bitter end.
What is Keystone Cops?
Okay, that coincidentally was also in the Charlie Chaplin documentary. Keystone Cops was like actually something that I believe Charlie Chaplin was in. I was falling asleep last night watching it, but I think it was where he started. But it was a silent film, and they were it was like basically silly little sketches with all these cops running back and forth, and one of them they were chasing Charlie Chaplin. But Keystone, I think, was the name of the company that making it. I was falling asleep, but yeah, it's like if you see the video of Keystone,
So he doesn't
Cop,
know what it is.
I mean, look it up. Look it up. It's an old silent film, like these characters running around. They're cops and they chase
Like
people.
cops that are bad at their job, kind of thing.
But I
Yes.
don't think it's a company. The Keystone Cops was like a specific type of cop that walked a beat.
I don't think that's the case. I think it was actually like the name of some characters that they had. They were called the Keystone Cops in the movie that they were in. So maybe they existed before the movie, but they made it sound like this was something from this film.
They're cute. Yeah, it's a film series.
White Longsword 7, 2945, LeMayo. You guys had the objective on the side. What happened, LeMayo?
I like Diana where she says reach transponder equals kill very powerful devil? Question mark.
I hate that comment. I was trying to pass it.
Oh, James was right. Named for Senate's Keystone Studios, the cops were a basic core of 7 actors.
Yeah, I was falling asleep when I was watching it, but I did see that. Both Aaron and I agreed that we got to watch it while we're like sitting up and like ready. We thought we were just going to turn something boring on it. We were both fascinated and fell asleep.
Yeah.
It's me, JF6K. This was. Oh, do we want to watch this? I believe this is just us getting our asses kicked, right? Or probably me kicking.
Yeah,
our
no,
own ass.
this is us just making that mistake that way.
We get it.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys needed an expert to guide you through the tutorial. Why is Zach not playing with you? He just wasn't available, sadly. Work, scheduling, real life stuff. We'll make sure we'll make it work in the new year.
I think we should figure it out. We will figure it out.
I think that we can. I don't know if whose save it is, but maybe we can have like Danny with your ribs broken. Maybe Mikey can jump in, and maybe on an occasion where somebody else can't, Zach comes in, and we don't have to all have the same people if we follow the same do we get to have one save that we can move forward? How does that work?
I think. Well, yeah, I'd have to figure that out because I hosted, I think, last time.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that would work. And I don't know if I can give my save to somebody else.
So maybe since we died, we didn't get past the tutorial. I
mean, for all intents and purposes, you could just start again. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Get through that bit very quick. We got through the bit we did in the video when me and Mikey played in probably about 10 minutes. So
yeah. So we could probably make a 20-minute video out of it, huh?
Oh, here we go. Danger Dad. Oh my God, this is everything I ever wanted.
Danger Dad also then goes on to say, ha ha ha, this is gold. Best advice I can offer. Read every item carefully. Pay attention to the objectives. Quick, save often.
Thanks for the
tips.
We didn't do it.
Thanks for the tips.
These 3 things here are the epitome of the things that we never, ever, ever consistently do in any game we ever play.
Yeah.
We never read the items, we don't pay attention to the objectives, and we never save the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is the GameFront way.
That's the trifecta of fun.
It's like you are new here, Danger Dad.
Michaela Rose, I can't wait to see how many idiotic choices Jabs makes. Bless you guys for doing this.
What?
James and his strategies.
I don't want to tell my eye surgery story while Morgan is making his character. It'd be boring. Not 5 minutes later, I don't want to tell my eye surgery story during an epic cutscene. Me? Did I ever tell my eye surgery story?
I think you told it in an Elden Ring video.
Yeah, probably. Dark Page. This is great stuff that will get watched. Does GameFront care about that kind of stuff? Okay. Yes,
they
we
really
will get
hate
back
you
to it
guys.
next week. Just lots of bad timing, Christmas, personal stuff. I broke my ribs this week, so that was fun.
Excuses, Danny.
Danny.
Wow.
Ribs,
Ribs
schmibs.
this, ribs
Would you
that.
believe
All we hear
Adam
about is the ribs.
Gave up a rib entirely and still went to work that week?
My ribs are in pain. I don't care what you say.
There's more?
Nice.
Have we already done this one? I can't remember. Maybe we haven't.
No. We did.
No, this is the last one we put up.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
We
no,
did-
no,
yeah,
we haven't
yeah,
done this
yeah.
one. Okay, yep, okay.
Okay. If you feel like you've missed episode 28, YouTube buried it. Find it here. Very kind of you to put it so easily found. Dark Page. Man, these videos are like crack, but the dealer is always low on supply.
Harsh.
Well,
Brad, here's an
again
AI
we've
tip
been-
for you. The enemies will usually, but not always, focus on whoever hit them last. You can exploit this by alternating their aggro between you, baiting him one way, while the other one gets in a sneaky blow from behind. That's what we've been trying to do this whole time
Yeah.
for 29 hours.
Is it more nuanced than that? Because from my limited experience with summons, plus what I've seen editing these episodes for you two, it feels like it's a combination of who hit last plus whoever's closest.
Yeah, I don't think you can like shoot an arrow from across, a field and hit them and they'll just turn around. It has to
Exactly.
be-
Like if you're far away, he will stay aggroed on like whoever's like super close. Like if you're way further away, they won't turn to you.
Yeah.
But then sometimes they do. I guess there's an element of randomness to it, but
Ice is saying
Yeah.
it's plus damage done. So if you do enough damage, even from a distance, it'll make them turn around.
so if you do a crazy amount of damage, even if you're on the other side of the boss arena, they still might aggro to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ulasau's botnet, we have got to get this man more larval tears. He has the respect hunger. That's me. I've been respecting a lot.
do.
But I've been having fun, and that's what this playthrough is all about.
Oh, Harvey says, I was daft enough to go wild camping in December. My tent collapsed in the wind around 3 a.m.
Oof.
This video was a welcome distraction. Whilst I stayed up bracing the tent from collapse again. Oh my God, he was watching this while surviving?
Yeah.
The laser eye surgery anecdote got a laugh out of me amid the chaos. Incredible. I'd love to hear the story of what happened afterwards. Tents collapsing. What part of the world can you go camping in December and survive?
Well, you can go camping in December
LA.
anywhere you like, but I mean,
Well,
that's to survive.
you did a British accent, so I think you feel like he's British.
Well, the word daft. I've never heard an American person use that word in like a regular moment. Is there another place in the world
He could be
that
France. He could be from France. Daft Punk. is from France.
Australia.
If you
Australia,
if you do end up watching this at any point, Harvey, if you can leave a comment on this week's videos, just following up with where you went camping. And yeah, I guess that's it. But if we're just curious to know.
Your postcode, the first line of your address,
No,
where you were born,
no, that's it.
social
Yeah.
security, last
There's
four
a-
digits of the
where-
credit
There's
card.
like a
No. Where you
a
went
young guy
camping
that
and are
goes
you British?
camping in like out in Minnesota or somewhere where it's like freezing cold, but like his whole thing is like doing survival camping and like he like challenges himself to stay out overnight and stuff. But it's just like, right out the woods right behind his house.
I reckon for a tent to collapse in the wind at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's probably not in dense forest or anything like that. It's probably quite
Probably
open
not.
ground. And it
I don't want
may,
to throw Harvey
may,
under the bus, but I don't think he tied the tent down properly.
maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
he
sounds
might
like a
have
poorly
been-
erected tent.
You know
to be
what?
honest,
He might
yeah.
have been on a lake and doing like an ice fishing expedition because there's no wind, nothing to block the wind out there.
Well, that's what I was about to say. It could be coastal as well, maybe by the sea somewhere or near there. I mean, you say that, but a wind has been blowing actual roofs off houses here recently. I mean, I know that's not so
Really?
rare in the US, but like actual cyclones have been like tearing off roofs and things of actual stone brick houses. So, I mean,
That seems normal.
so I mean, what chance does a tent stand if you just peg it in with a few metal hooks in some soil?
Dark Page says, "Congrats, James."
Thank you. Well, it's all from the top part, which is probably that I made the new team, but we haven't gotten to the top comment that these I think are replies on, or maybe they're not.
No.
So congrats, James.
wanted
And then
to-
it's
That's for getting into the Mission Improbable show again.
yeah.
Oh,
Then he says I wanted to hear more about the Mission Improbable show that James was criticizing. I don't know how much I shared, but
I just wanted to say to you, actually, I forgot to mention this earlier. I didn't get a chance to ask you how the Mission Improbable stuff went, and I noticed on your socials the other day that you were advertising for it. So I assume you got back in.
not only did I get back in, but I'm like basically team captain, baby.
which I thought would be the case. Yeah. So my bad for not saying congrats on that, but I'm very happy for you.
Congrats, James.
That is the case.
They've done a big press release, so we're doing a real official relaunch on January 20th. But we did like a preview show last Saturday, and we're gonna have one more preview show this Saturday.
Did it feel cleaner?
Nope. no, it didn't. But the thing is the improv was really good. The problem is that there's a lot of new people, and the structure of it, we've made the structure even more rigid. So, like we have a choreographed opening where everybody turns on a certain part of the music and stuff. So those things are a little bit wonky still, but the actual improv has gotten better, which I think is a pretty important part of an improv show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
The rest is all icing on the cake, I guess.
Yeah. The thing is that the improv skills that people have was something that nobody could, like, we don't have the time to train somebody how to be a good improviser, but we can absolutely train
no one
people
should have been in
to...
that show unless they were a good improviser.
Yeah, exactly.
It's supposed to be the pinnacle show.
Exactly.
Yeah, it does seem easier to teach someone to turn around when a specific part of a song plays, as opposed to...
Or the other things is we call all of our improv games, we call them missions, and some people were kind of calling them games sometimes, which happened even in the previous cast. And so there's certain things that are just part of like the lore of the show that the new cast members are still working on picking up.
So, yeah, congratulations to you, because not only did you get your role in Mission Improbable back, you're now the T captain, as Kamikaze Ice.
It's not actually.
And
the truth is what I'm the captain of is I'm the captain of going over checklists. So everybody has a job to do when they go into the show now. So it's like, make sure the microphones are on stage, make sure the chairs are at the right spot, make sure the tech booth has the list of missions.
So you're a stagehand. Okay, cool.
So I'm basically telling everybody else has jobs to do, and then I ask them if they've done their job, and I just check it off of a list. So my job
supervisor.
is
sounds like management to me.
Yeah. I mean, we all do the
middle
show.
management heaney.
But what we're trying to do
God.
is we're trying to make it so that the actual staff of the theater doesn't actually have to work on our show, because we're all getting paid pretty good to do it. So we shouldn't be asking.
That was my third point. Congratulations on actually being paid to do this game.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's a
Holy
great
God,
game.
he's making money.
That $8 a week is gonna go crazy. You can almost buy yourself a beer.
Are you allowed to say how much you're going to make a show?
I
or
mean,
is that
I
like-
get paid $50 a show, and I get
$50
paid
a show?
$35 an hour for rehearsal, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that is great.
And how long's the show? It's only like an hour or two, right?
It's 6 hours.
Especially since I did it for years for free.
six
Like an
hour
idiot.
show, Jesus.
No,
That's less
it's
than
an
$10
hour long
an hour.
show. But you technically you're there for like 2.5 hours because you got to get there to rehearse beforehand and get ready. So
I mean, it's almost impossible to make money doing improv unless you're traveling. So it's not a bad gig for LA.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, if you average it out with the rehearsal times, like you're talking like what, $30 to $40 an hour. It's not bad.
Yeah, and
it's not
the
bad.
like, but the truth is I would much prefer this. You get paid way better to go. Like I'd get paid $300 a show to go on a tour show, but then you've got to leave LA. They pay for all of your stuff, but like that sucks. I did not like getting paid $300 a show to go flying around the country. That was not enough money for that. Maybe if I was young, but
But he started when he was old. And how many times, like every time James came back, he was like, "This is my last year. I'm never going out again. We can really focus in on these video game videos." And I'm like, "Great, I've been waiting for this. Wait, what do you mean you have another show? You're leaving right now?" And then he would immediately go out on another show. And he did that to me for years.
I'm on the tarmac, Morgan. I'll be back soon.
For like a decade, he was promising he was going to stop, and then he would leave immediately.
Well, the problem was money. Like it's not. I wanted to make better money
Hey,
than that. you know.
Nobody gets it more than me. Money
Yeah.
is the problem.
Mhm.
Don't let Danny bring his industrialized civilization to you.
019WI5GF says, "Wow, cool video. Keep up with the good work." I could just read Russian, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sounds like
Dark
spam
Page
to
says-
me.
I always assume that it's something nefarious when I see it just in Russian like that.
No, he says, "Wow, cool video. Keep up with the good work." Bliat.
Dark Page says, I'm more than likely going to take an improv class at the Voice Actor Studio in Vegas. Any tips for my
cool.
first one? I would say the number one first tip is don't worry about trying to be funny and don't worry about trying to stand out and be like the best person in the class. I would say that the most successful students are just there to like have fun and make their scene partners look good. And those are almost always the students that across the board will go through the program and be more successful. But people that
Okay.
go up there
Well,
and
since
they
he
try
didn't-
to like impress
He
the
didn't
teacher.
specifically ask you, so I'm gonna give him some different advice. Dominate,
Dominate.
dominate, dominate, dominate. You see a problem, you squash it. Your teammates have a problem, you squash them.
Well, he didn't ask either of you either, so I'm going to also
Yeah.
put an advice, right? Just quit. Just quit. But it's all pointless anyway.
That's that's the most
I was
true.
just gonna say, I think Morgan actually agrees with that the most.
It's
Since you didn't ask either of those three, I'm going to give you my opinion as well. If the guy who's teaching the class walks in and he looks anything like this man in the top box or this man in the second box down, leave the class immediately and ask for a refund. Because
I'm an amazing improv teacher.
Oh,
I
yikes.
just think improv is trash.
oh,
But if you want to do it, I'll tell you how to do it good.
Healer223 in the chat says, Morgan money, Morgan problems. I don't know what that means, but it's quite funny.
I know what that.
More money, gun problems.
And then Danger Dad brings the last comment on here with, if you put bleed enchantment on those iron ball fist weapons, they can be really fun. Probably one of my favorite weapons in the game.
I'm in it. In it to win it.
It just
We
feels
gotta-
like those balls wouldn't cause bleed. It's a weird thing.
There's another freaking video.
This is the last video, but there's not many.
There's
There's not
only a
many
few-
comments, and
this
this
is
is,
it
I
now.
think, one of the most important conversations for us to have. Pelagius, man, back when I first saw the Xylem move, I thought to myself, it's gonna transform into a giant robot. I'm gonna scream, but it didn't. Still cool cutscene.
All set.
More useless trivia. Actually, it's a pre-rendered cutscene, unlike all the others in the game, because it's a model of Xylem is so big, hardly any hardware would be able to render it, and all the water effects with smooth frame rate. Oh, that's interesting. Zuli, the witch, made a scale comparison of Xylem to the Elden Ring map. Xylem is as large as roughly 3 Elden Ring maps.
Whoa.
What?
That's a boss that you fight?
I guess so.
My only question about that, and it's slightly technical, is you could still render it in real time, but you could just use a simplified model, right? Like you don't have to render the full thing.
You could have like just like maybe
Spotlight.
like 20 pieces on it that are movable and have a different model that had only 20 pieces. That
Yeah,
you were
like-
rendering, right?
Yeah, it just
But-
you just
What would be the advantage of that besides using a pre-rendered cutscene? Seems like it's way easier.
The only reason I don't like pre-rendered cutscenes is like if you have different resolutions or things like that, then you can
It looks
you,
completely different.
yeah, it either doesn't scale to your display properly or it loses some resolution or detail.
It's like this in an improv scene, Morgan. Sure, you could take your cell phone out of your pocket and talk on it, but then all the other objects on stage that you don't have, it draws attention to the fact that those aren't real.
I don't know if you remember this, but when I was going through the levels, there was a guy in my class that every single class show he took his wallet out through all the
reason?
levels, through every single level.
I don't remember what it was I was just watching. I watched somebody just recently, maybe it was at the auditions, pulled their money out on stage, and I was just like, "Oh my god. Why would you?" And they gave somebody money on stage. Oh, you know what it was? It's forgivable. It was in a jam. It was in a jam, and I was just like, "I can't believe this person's taking money out of their wallet and giving it to someone."
A jam is different.
Yeah, jam is different.
Why-
You
why-
you don't have to know. It's a place to take risks.
A,
Why-
a
why
jam is
was-
like an open mic for anybody to come up, so they'd have no idea what improv even is. You can just try it.
Why was your guy taking his wallet out every week?
Yeah, why was that happening every
I think he was like a really rich business person, and that's all he could think of in any scene.
Okay.
Oh,
Even
that,
though- and then-
that was his improv. Him taking his wallet out.
Yeah, he would take his wallet out and be like, "Oh, well, here, let me pay you."
Right.
I mean, not to criticize, but like if you're in the Venice Beach area and you're pulling a wallet out and showing people that you've got lots of money in it, isn't that just like asking to get mugged?
Like I got robbed after every class.
Yeah, like he's like, the one way to not stay rich is to just tell everybody.
I mean, I knew where he was and what he had in his wallet every time.
Yeah, I mean, bizarre.
But yeah, there is no time when it's acceptable. I was gonna say like level 1 show maybe, but not really. You've been through 10 classes where you should have a pretty good grasp of what improv is and what you're supposed to and not supposed to do. So yeah, it's pretty bad.
Well, I always remember you
Nice
telling me
guy,
about.
just not good at improv.
I just remember you telling me about the guy who always used to just think about being funny or just trying to tell one-liners as opposed to actually.
Oh,
thinking
Paul
about-
Dale.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
He's a classic. He's a jam regular.
Well, he doesn't go to the theater anymore at all. I told you that now he goes to, I forgot what it was. Karaoke, because that's where all the chicks are.
Oh, at the
Britannia.
British Britannia, yeah. I saw Mitchell did the recent IGN gameplay video for Dragon's Dogma 2. Ooh, were you talking about Dragon's Dogma 2 and why?
I
hate
don't
that
think
game.
we were. I don't think we were. I have to use the restroom again. I drank too much coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay,
I'll be right
well,
back.
we'll finish this up and wrap it up before. Can we just wrap it up while you're gone?
Why not?
All
Well, I'm
right,
going to say that's a yes. Why are you talking about Dragon's Dogma 2?
because I don't know on this
Do you want
video
Dragon's
because
Dogma 2?
I'm very excited about it, but I'm the only one that's played through all of Dragon's Dogma, so I don't know why.
Well,
okay.
he's mentioning it because he saw a video on Dragon's Dogma 2 and it had Mitchell in it, and Mitchell used to work it, so I guess he was excited to share that information. And also because Big Morgs played Dragon's Dogma on the Twitch.
Yeah, but I'm not the Armored Core. I've never played.
Because you might as well comment something on the Armored Core.
You think he's just throwing James a bone?
Oh,
gotta put it somewhere. You might as well stick it there.
Shekeggs 44. I don't think this is the correct video, seeing how the last one ends. There are no more. He's created on or in the queue, so perhaps they are in the wrong order. But that is all it could be. Read more. I don't think there's more.
I mean, he's back now, so we can ask Big James here. James.
Are they in the wrong order? That would be an unprecedented event.
I don't think they are in the wrong order because I had to figure out what this video was because I had to give it a title and stuff because it didn't have a title. And the mission that this video covers comes after the missions that the last video covers, so it made sense to me.
Maybe James played off recording. A little bit?
Okay, it's possible something got clipped out. I highly doubt it. There was
Why?
it's been a
It
while.
happens all the time.
Well, this is what happened. There was one part because we're getting towards the end of the game, and the way the mission structure has gone is it like I don't the person queuing up my missions is like dead, and like it didn't feel like I was going to go back to the menu screen, so I kind of stopped one in the middle. And then when I restarted it, I had to get back. So it's like a weird ending, weird beginning. I don't think I lost anything. But the truth is I wasn't ready for this one to end. But at 45 minutes is basically where I start the mission that I am now stuck on, which I don't think is the last boss of the game. But I've probably tried to fight the boss for 6 or 7 hours and haven't been able to beat him. and like I don't know if
That
I
sounds
will
like
ever be.
great Twitch content. Just saying.
I mean, maybe,
Great
but
Twitch
I don't
content.
know that I'm
You
ever going
can't
to
pay
be able
these
to
guys to go on
boss.
Twitch. Well, except for Danny. Or you.
Yeah, I don't know. I had recorded it,
But
and I
only
was
on
like,
your
oh,
own
I'll just.
channel.
I was like, I'll just record it and I'll take like some of the best clips and just have me beating the boss. And I probably still have like 4 or 5 hours of the footage on my computer, but then I had to start deleting the footage of me trying because it's just so much footage. I don't know, and like I'm getting close, but like myself beating this boss. So maybe Twitch is the right answer for it. I just hate doing it where like I'm not a fan of having the comments and stuff up, but I don't know that there's any other way I'm going to beat this bosses, but like maybe having people help me with.
Just take us all offline.
Has everybody's cameras just died? I'm so
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
don't know why. Yeah,
Nope,
let's
there
just
it
wrap.
is.
We're coming back. This is what was happening during Boulder's Gate. I think that's a sign from above to wrap it up.
Mhm.
Well, thanks
Well,
very
that's
much,
it. So-
everybody. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I just?
We don't know what
try
you're
to
talking
beat this-
about.
I can't
Stream
beat that
it.
boss.
Stream
Stream
it.
it.
Stream it.
Yeah, I think
stream
you
it. Stream
should
it to your
stream
channel.
it.
Stream it to Twitch.
Because
Whatever,
then you can always
yeah.
take the footage that you've streamed later and cut that into a video if you really
Oh,
want
you can
to.
have so much chat interaction. Will he beat the boss this time? Do a prediction. Do gambling. You know, whatever.
Yeah, I guess, but
Chat
it
loves
could
it.
be hours and hours of me fighting the same thing. Like,
And
won't that get boring on a
nah,
stream?
people love that, James. People love that.
They want to see the struggle.
Especially if you do the predictions that Twitch has, you can have people bet yes or no. Will he beat the boss with the channel points? And
I'm sure he'll figure it out. Danny, thanks for toughing through this and getting us through, even though your ribs are broken.
It's only a game.
Go rest
Why
it
do you
up.
have to be mad?
What? What was that noise?
I don't
okay, bye bye.
Okay,
All right,
bye.